Okay, we're all unmuted. I think we are. Good morning, everybody. Welcome in. Oh, it's Wednesday, my dude. What is going on? Oh, I'm a big sleepy baby this morning, as per usual. But today we're back with Dragon Age Origins. The title is very apt because I do not remember where we are in this game because it's been 2 months. But sure, we're going to pick it up and see where we get on from there. I'll have to do some finagling with the audio because unfortunately Dragon Age Origins is old and I can't like filter its audio through my wavelength monitor, so it kind of breaks my audio a little bit. So bear with me as I swap over to the game, but we'll get through it. So one moment. See how much of this I break. Do-da, do-da, do-da. And then we have to do mute browser, but allow desktop. And hopefully that doesn't break everything. Because usually what I do is I will have like different audio channels set up to filter out games, system alerts, all that kind of stuff. But unfortunately with Dragon Age, it's, even though I have it filtered out, it's still so old that it won't like pick up on things. Oh, okay, so there is audio doubling. Hang on a second. I broke that. It's fine. Just ignore it for a second. That means that the game audio should be live? Nope. Alright, let's try this. Holy shit, it's working. What the hell? What is going on? What? The audio filter is working. I don't know why, and I don't know how, but we're gonna go with it. Don't ask questions. When life gives you a cupcake, you don't ask for a lemon. Alright. Okay, so I think we just done side quests. We got the rock lady by the looks of it. Alright, so where are we? Let's rip up our journal and see. Okay, you found delivered Jet in Redcliffe. Okay, we haven't done Redcliffe yet. Gain the cooperation of the Dalish clans. Gain Orzamar's aid in battling the Blight and the Earl of Redcliffe. Okay, so I think the problem was we'd done our Orzammar and we gotten stuck. Yes, we'd been fighting the bandit lady and we got stuck, so we left to go do other stuff. I did some side quests. So we've done... We still had to earn a Sacred Ashes to do. So I believe, now that we've done the side quest, we still have Soldier's Peak to do as well. So let me just double check. Yeah, we can leave this area. That's the wrong way. Alright. So let's see, what do we want to do? So we still have Soldier's Peak. We've just done Honleith because we got the rock. So we could do Redcliffe and we could do the Dalish Elves. What I'll do is I'll return to camp first and then we'll see if we've got some dialogue options with the characters.
I think
Perfect.
I owe you an explanation for what happened earlier.
Oh, is Wynn coming clean? You mean when you collapsed in battle?
You should know that something happened to me at the tower before you came along. You spoke to Petra, did you not? She told you I saved her from a demon. I did, but I did not survive that encounter.
Dun dun dun. What are you, an abomination? You're undead, question mark.
No, I'm not undead. If I were a possessed walking corpse and could still think, I'd kill kill myself. I engaged
Well,
a very
fair play, Win.
powerful demon
But
to
you do it in
rescue
Minecraft,
Petra.
right?
It sapped me of all my energy and will and left me drained. It took everything I had to defeat it. And when I was done, I no longer had the strength to keep my heart beating.
She
I
certainly
remember
gave it
my
her
life
all.
ebbing away. Everything receded from me. Sound, light. I remember being enveloped in complete, impenetrable darkness.
Oh,
And then I
we got our
sensed
nice little bit
a
of coffee
presence
this morning as well.
enfolding me and cradling me, whispering quietly to me. The sensation is impossible to describe. I was being held back firmly but gently, as a mother would a child eager to slip from her grasp. I felt life and warmth flowing through my veins again. I began to be aware of small sounds and the discomfort of my hip pressing into the cold stone of the tower floor.
Although distinctly her hip being like cold because she's an old lady. I do think Win is like the first instance, if not the only instance, in the first game where you get exposed to the fact that because everything so far, like, magic is evil, the Fade is evil, spirits are evil kind of thing. I think I'm not excluding like dialogue books or something like that. Win is the first instance where you experience a positive thing from the Fade, because like obviously there's other mages and stuff like that tell you that, oh well, there's good spirits, but like Win's the first time you actually see it happen kind of thing. So you were never really completely dead then.
The Fade contains spirits both benevolent and malicious. The benevolent spirits seldom make themselves known, because they want nothing from mortals, unlike the demons. It was one of these spirits that saved me. Without it, I would be dead. And it has not left me. It is with me even now, bonded to me. You see, I am supposed to be dead. It is the spirit that is keeping me in this world. And this is not the way of things. Perhaps the spirit did not expect this, but it is weakening gradually. I am living on borrowed time.
I mean, how long will the spirit last?
I do not know. I can feel when the spirit weakens, so I should have fair warning. But come, let us not talk about this. There is time yet.
I felt like just going, so you're like everybody else, Win. Alright, let's do a quick
What's
lap.
on your mind?
Why did the spirit choose to help
I
you?
have always had an affinity for the spirits of the Fade. As a child, I never feared my dreams because I knew they were there.
2 seconds. I'm gonna break the game and turn the game audio up just because I know the characters can be quite quiet. You are... What about the demons?
I could sense the demons, too, and their presence frightened me. It was the kindly spirits of the Fade that took the fear from me. I've always been able to feel the spirits, even if I never saw them.
You've always
And as
been
I
talking
nurtured
with
my
dead
talent
people.
in the circle, I became more sensitive. I began to notice every time I was in the Fade, whether it was in a dream or in magical practice, that I was being watched.
Somebody's watching me. Creepy.
Sometimes I would see it, a glowing, nebulous form. Most times I would just feel its presence, gentle and comforting, but somehow alien. I think it is a spirit of faith. They have never been seen before, and perhaps I am wrong. But something tells me I'm not. It always felt like the same entity. This one spirit was
Always the same one
curious
over and
about
over again.
me, and was guarding me, for want of a better word.
Well, aren't you special?
There were times when I was in the Fade that it seemed to stretch forth to shield me, keeping me safe. And I think it gave me strength in my most terrible battles, Ostagar being one of them.
So it's your... And also the demon.
I don't know why I was chosen. Perhaps it knew that there was something more that lay in store for me. I like to think that I was given a rare chance, and I'm going to make the best of the time so generously given to me.
Fighting Darkspawn?
I
What
will
nobler
not lie
cause is there than to
motionless in
fight
a
the
bed
Darkspawn?
with coverlets up to my chin, waiting for death to claim me. That is not the death for me. And so I will fight alongside the Grey Warden, and help prepare her for the task that is yet before her. So you had better listen to me, because I swear, if I should fall before the end and you don't seem to be doing things properly, I'll get up again to give you a good finger-wagging.
I will hold you to that win.
You know, I think you'll be all right, even without my help.
Right. Cool. We got major ability for wind.
What's on your mind?
Is there anything else? Is there anything we can do to cure you?
Cure me? What, am I sick now?
You're a little dead.
Even you know that you cannot cure the dead. And I'm not the only one dying. You are too. I'm just more efficient about it. Ah, child.
More efficient at
Your
dying.
concern is heartwarming. But death comes to everyone, and it is not something to fear.
You're not afraid.
People fear
Be not afraid.
not death, but having life taken from them. Many waste the life given to them, occupying themselves with things that do not matter. When the end comes, they say they did not have time enough to spend with loved ones, to fulfill dreams, to go on adventures they only talked about. But why should you fear death if you are happy with the life you have led? If you can look back on everything and say, yes, I am content. It is enough.
One of the reasons I'm happy to play Dragon Age First League of the Morning is because I could chill and drink my coffee because we always want more.
Ah, human nature. You are right. Some people will never be content and will always want more. I think I've led a good life, a full life, and I, for one, am not afraid of death, whatever it may bring. They say that when you die, your spirit travels through the fade and returns to the Maker. And after that, we'll see, won't we?
Alright, I think that's all.
Very well.
Let me drop stuff in here. Drop off my shit, and then we can talk to other characters.
Lizard.
Morning, Prime Minister Sinister. No,
You
no
are
more
wise to invest in the
resources.
effectiveness
Who
of
are
your
we romancing?
Something I can help with?
Never mind. I'm trying to see if anyone has unique dialogue before we get
You
going.
called.
Will you tell me why you're caged?
I caged myself. A weak mind is a deadly foe, as you are no doubt aware.
What do you mean a weak mind?
That is complicated. I came to your lands with 7 of the Beresad, my brothers, to seek answers about the Blight. We made our way across the Ferelden countryside without incident, seeing nothing of the threat we were sent to observe. Until the night we camped by Lake Calenhad. They came from everywhere. The earth beneath our feet, the air above us. Our own shadows harbored the Darkspawn. I saw the
Dun,
last
dun,
of the
dun.
creatures cut down, too late. I fell.
What happened to the other
I
canary?
am told no others survived. I don't know how long I lay on the battlefield among the dead, nor do I know how the farmers found me. I only know that when I woke I was no longer among my brothers, and my sword was gone from my hand.
Alright, so I hope we might get his quest more than an emerald. We might get his quest to go with a
Perhaps.
sword.
I searched for it, and when that failed I asked my rescuers what had become of it.
And then?
I killed them. With my bare hands. I did.
Yeah, sounds about right, buddy.
I knew they didn't have the blade. They had no reason to lie to me. I panicked. Unthinking, I struck them down.
That is
I
terrible.
know I cannot justify what I have done. My honor is forfeit. That sword was made for my hand alone. I have carried it from the day I was set into the Beresad. I was to die wielding it for my people.
How's it
Even if
going,
I
Emerald?
could
How are you
cross
doing this morning?
Ferelden and Tevinter,
good,
unarmed and
sleepy.
alone, to bring my report to the Arishok, I would be slain on sight by the
thought we had
Antam.
made more
They
progress
would
in
know
this
me
game,
as soulless,
but we
a
still
deserter.
have the elves
No soldier would cast aside his blade while he drew
and
breath.
the Arl to do and the keep. So, couldn't you search for it?
If I knew where to look, it would be in my hand now.
Where did you fight the Darkspawn?
Near Lake Callanhad.
We'll find it. There we go. We got its quest.
Perhaps those words are empty, but thank you all the same.
Alright, we got his thing for his quest. I forgot. I think.
Something
no,
on your mind?
We're romancing the elf boy. Hardly hear me. Game louder. Okay, hold on. Okay, we'll try that. I turned it up because sometimes the audio is quiet for the game. Never mind. You've no need like dialogue. Hello, my pointy-eared elf boy. Never mind. I'm trying to see if they've got unique dialogue options. The rock person will have unique dialogue options. You're still with me, I see.
Yes, its adventures are interesting, even if the chances for success are remarkably slim. It would be better to throw oneself off a cliff, I suspect. Does it wish me to leave? I can, though I see no reason to go.
No, stay. You're quite helpful.
No doubt. Without me, it would have to carry its inventory on its own. Perhaps we should continue. Its chances of success are small.
You don't even
enough
have any
without
items,
further
bro.
Dawdling.
No, we're gonna keep talking to you. I would have expected golems to be different.
Different? Different than what? Different than a statue? Different than a log? Should I talk in a monotone? Yes, Master, I exist to serve the Master. I shall kill for the Master and only for the Master. Perhaps it expected me to have a booming voice. Recite limericks. I can recite limericks, if it likes.
No need to get touchy.
I am not sensitive. I am made of stone. Sensitive is the exact opposite of what I am. I have never met another golem. I have no idea what one might be like, or why I wouldn't be like them. Why? Has it met other golems? Did they not sound as I do?
You seem very animated.
I don't know what other golems might be like, but I am already superior by virtue of my free will. This is a good thing.
Alright, it's an experience.
So is
Shale,
being
I'll
drawn
give you
and
that.
quartered. Maybe I'm not the only one with a smart mouth. Now stop talking so much. The wagging of its moist little tongue is distracting.
That's a horrible way to describe it. Oh, Shale just proves me. Oopsies. You're still with me.
Oh, that. Merely reflecting on the hopeless nature of the task in front of it. The most likely outcome is that it and its companions will become a stain on some rock for the Darkspawn to tread upon. I shall be moved to a single tear by the tragedy.
Won't we be right next to your stain?
I think not. I am made of pure rock, skin to core. At best, I could become a pile of dust, but a smear I will definitely not leave behind.
Wouldn't be the same if they were called
That's for
Temporaries.
softer, squishier things like itself and its friends. What's that? Did it hear flapping wings? There may be pigeons nearby. We should be alert.
Did Shale disprove me again? Oh well. Can I give you stuff to... Oh yeah, I can give you... There we go. See, the gems on Shale change based on what rocks you give them. So, fire crystal, spirit crystal. Alright. Yeah. Make a big fire. Alright, we can sell the rest of the items that we're not using. Bum bum bum. Do any of these make Shale happy? I can't remember. Oh wait, hold on.
Ooh, shiny.
Oh, Shale loved it. Alright, perfect. We gave Shale a pet rock and we shall name it Herbert. Alright, wonderful. Now let's see if Shale has... I'm gonna save because sometimes the game crashes and I don't like having...
Lizard.
Don't like having lizard.
I see it found some augmentation crystals. I was not even aware it knew about them. Well done. So,
Feels like it's so
what does it
patronizing.
think? They don't make me look any wider, do they? I find I'm already too wide as it is.
No, no, they're quite slimming.
It must be the vertical pattern it put them in. Did it know to do that? It must have. I think it should find some more as soon as possible. I want to glitter from ear to ear, so to speak.
Alright, so now that we've done
I've watched a
else.
lot of humans
Okay,
in my
here we go.
time. It should be aware that I've decided that it is not much like any of them.
Because I'm a dwarf?
Oh, it's
Question
not
mark?
just that. Well,
Insert
I'm
lizard
sure
here, I
that's
know,
part of
exactly.
it, but it's not only that. Surely it must come from some superior lineage, yes? Some breed of flesh creature that has decided to elevate its genetic stock above its natural shortcomings.
Shortcomings because I'm a dwarf. I think there's a backhand compliment in there somewhere. I'm a member of House of Dukin, in fact.
Then that must be it. My experience with dwarves is limited, but obviously I need to encounter more of them. I would appreciate if it didn't spread around that I said anything. Humans might start to get the wrong idea. They might start thinking their race is not completely hopeless.
And we wouldn't want that, Shale. We wouldn't want the humans thinking that they were superior.
Indeed. Can
Or
it
even
imagine
beneficial
the
in any
horror?
way.
Now, let us crush something into a fine paste before it starts to think I've gone all soft. Perish the thought.
I appreciate Shale's level of sass. Alright. Any
It
more unique?
speaks.
I have some questions.
It doesn't have better things to do.
It does, but it... Are those crystals in your skin?
I
We're gonna
like
find
to
out all
think
of
of them
Shale's
as
stuff and then we get going. This is
accessories.
why we don't make any progress in this game, because I talk to everybody. No problem, Emerald. But what do they do?
I suspect that it is an art that was practiced when golems were more, commonplace. My former master collected whatever lore he could find on the subject. He searched far and wide to collect what crystals he could and then added them. It is not an unpleasant sensation.
Alright, so it doesn't hurt you. They're a lot of decoration.
As I understand it, the crystals allow me to alter the flow of magic around me. Wilhelm had hoped to turn me into a battery of mana, something he could tap at will.
Did he succeed?
Not really, although now that I think of it, these attempts may be what caused my disruption. Some of the crystals increase the presence of mana, some absorb or reflect spells. There are various kinds. All I can promise is that should it ever find one of these crystals, I can likely tell it the function and what it would do if added to me.
I don't want to take advantage.
Why not? I don't get to wear clothing and other adornments like the rest of you creatures after all. That answers its
Let
question,
Shale have the
I
shiny
assume.
rocks.
Unless it has more.
How did you end up in that town?
Oh yes, that I remember quite well. My former master, the Mage Wilhelm, he brought me. As I recall, he had acquired some position with whatever lord ruled the land. I, being little more than a glorified possession at the time, was brought along. Oh, how he enjoyed impressing the villagers with me. Gollum snarl at that villager there, be fearsome. And of course, I would have to do it.
Scare the little children. That's what he had, a fucking fully functional golem. One of, I'm pretty much sure at this point there's only like a handful of them left in existence at this point in time. And he's using it to scare children. Okay. I would have thought you enjoyed. Why were you out in front of the tower?
That is where Wilhelm kept me. He wanted me out in the open where I could be frightening like a scarecrow. I was supposed to watch for thieves. Plus, his wife didn't want me indoors. She said there wasn't room for me. Hag.
That lady called me fat. His wife, question mark?
I was once larger, 10 feet tall. Then the loathsome hag complained that I couldn't fit through the doors. So the mage had me shrunk down. Can
Ow.
you believe it? And she still wanted me out.
What a bitch. How does one shrink a golem?
With a chisel. And a lot of
Ah!
nerve.
Dude! You didn't like Wilhelm, I take it.
He did love using that control rod. Fondled it so much, his wife actually threatened to throw it in the lake. I would have liked to have seen that. Which reminds me, where did it find the rod? Did it pay a great deal for it?
The wife sold it, I believe.
Hag.
Do you remember anything before Hamlet?
I traveled with the mage. He did a lot of traveling, I remember that. But where we went, it is rather fuzzy. I remember great
Banana.
battles, fighting many
Indeed, Emerald, you
humans
happy to have
long
your sound
ago.
alerts?
They were all very soft.
I'm gonna take that
and
as a yes,
squishy.
considering you keep
And
pushing them.
before that, No, there are only images. I was somewhere dark.
Somewhere dark. That's very descriptive. How old are you
I
exactly?
have no idea. Wilhelm used to brag that the dwarves stopped making golems centuries ago. I do not age as you soft creatures do. Sadly, my memory is no better.
Soft creatures.
Plus, I get bored
almost like
and
pink
stop
skins.
paying attention.
Yeah, I thought you would have enjoyed scaring humans.
I'd have happily stomped them all into paste, and then ripped down their little houses and stomped on them, too. In fact, after 30 years of watching them, I'd do it twice. What I didn't like was being ordered to do it. Dangled in front of those frightened morons like some
That's
scary
fair.
thing. Once I was a statue, it took those villagers years before they'd even approach me. The first one to actually work up the nerve to touch me urinated himself. Ugh.
Wow. Alright. Done asking questions,
Good.
Shale.
I was just about done talking about it. It does like to have a good chat now and again, doesn't it?
Does indeed. Right, so I think that's Shale done. I don't think there's... let me quickly do some inventory management.
If there's anything
Sharing
I
is
can
caring,
do for
exactly,
you,
yeah.
please tell me.
Let me see your wares,
I'm
Bowden.
sure you'll be pleased with the goods, my boy.
Alright, let's sell this. Get rid of those. I don't need these because I've picked out what crystal I want. Scale. Drop. What's this? 2 magic. Meh. I don't use the bombs. It's a gift. Money. These are all gifts. And then drop all. Get rid of all this. Oh wait, no, I keep the elf root just because it gives me I can make health potions out of that. I think we're good. Alright, what have you got for me is the question. No, I should be looking in. First of all, we'll take all the health balls uses because they're always in need of health balls uses, especially for the end of the game. I think we're good with everything else. Ooh, manual arranger. They're just gifts that you can give. Alright, crafting? No, I was kind of looking for like resource books. I have 7 gold, but I got the ranger class. Let's unlock that. Or is it already unlocked? It might have already unlocked just by having it. Alright, I wish there... Yeah, specialization unlocked. Perfect. I wish there was like a storage box where I could dump my shit, but I don't remember if there is. I don't think so. Right, we're gonna quickly check if Morgan needs dialogue.
I await your command.
No. Alright, cool. So I'll save again so that the camp dialogue is done. So because this game is prone to crashing, unfortunately. And let's decide where we want to go. Oh, I have to walk to the exit. I forgot about that. You can't just teleport. You gotta walk out of here. Alright, I think we might do the Keep DLC. Or let's do the Keep DLC. And then that'll be pretty much all the DLCs done. So we're gonna keep you,
Yes.
you, and I think it's
Yes.
Alistair. Except. Right, let's go do the Soldier's Peak. Are you gonna run into Superman on the way? I do love that Superman is an actual fucking event in this game. No, an ambush? Giggling like a little loon. Is Wynn gonna get her big shiny hero moment? Yeah, I think she's gonna get her ultra powered moment now that we did the dialogue options with her. Alright, hold on. I need to get to that guy. So that's the big one. So... Zevram? Get that guy. And then... Alistair's gonna take on them. And then I am gonna go... He killed his own men. Alright, we're gonna... Where's this guy? Come here. Pommel strike, down you go.
I still remember my first battle.
Alright, nice.
As you
There is
say.
other stuff here, but I'm gonna grab the items before we move on.
I shall do it.
Alright, can we
Shall be done.
break that and get going? You need food? What you getting, Emerald? More eggs?
Shall we compete for one?
Alright. Almost done. All egged out.
Now we play a little.
That was interesting.
My chance to
And
pick fuel.
draining.
Do it. I didn't know you could do that.
I didn't know I could either. I
Surprising us all, are we,
called
Win?
the spirit that sustains me, so that it could lend us aid. I did not realize it would take this much out of me. It seemed a good idea at the time, if a little rash. I think it may have weakened the spirit a little.
Oh, sorry.
Well, we can't all be quick-wit McSmartypants now, can we? Apparently you have the monopoly on cleverness.
Don't give me sass, woman. I'm gonna work on my painting today. The one that I'm not supposed to know about, Emerald, that you keep bringing up.
Very well.
Oh. Did that go off? It might have, and I just didn't hear it. Sorry, I've coughing fit. Oh, don't you just love having asthma? Slip the memory. I'm supposed to slip the memory. I'm supposed to forget. You're supposed to stop reminding me. I think it did go off because the audio is working. Because you blessed Lizard earlier on. So it might have just been I was talking and I didn't hear it.
It is begun.
Alright.
It shall be done.
Get out of here and continue where we're going. I'm just gonna blow my nose quickly and do another cough, so I'll mute for a second.
And here we are. Soldier's Peak. Maker's breath. Look at the size of her. What a fortress. I told you the map would get us through the tunnels. I wasn't lost, it's just that the map got soggy. Bah, we're here. So, I'll follow you about, from a distance. This place has the stench of death. I expect there's trouble up ahead.
Soldier's Peak. Looks like it's seen better days. Better centuries, more like.
Thank you for that commentary, Alistair. Alright, let's have a look around. I will save. I know it might seem like a bit excessive, but I just don't want to have to do the previous battle all over again if the game crashes out. Though, you know what? I'm going to say nothing because I don't want to jinx it.
Fall back! Fall back already!
Taking the peak will not be
Oh.
easy, my lord.
I gave
Memories?
the Wardens one chance to die with honor.
Ghosts?
Instead, they hole up like cowards. We follow the King's advice then. Starve them out.
But the peak has months of supplies.
Then we wait. When they are too weak to lift their weapons, we will send them to their final judgment.
What was that? Felt
A
a bit
memory?
woozy there. I'm not mad, am I? You saw it too.
It's like a walking
How's
dream.
that possible? This place truly is haunted.
The veil is thin here. The circle tower was that way
The
too.
veil?
Separate from the fade.
Demon? Thank Andraste you came, Warden. After you.
He sounds so downtrodden. It's like you telling me that my ancestors' legacy is in fact haunted. There's a bath in this courtyard, I think. Yeah, I feel like these come to life for some reason. I'll wander around a bit. Yeah, see? Thought so. Don't attack the healer. You down? I think he's right in the way.
There.
Oh, there we go.
Enough.
Yeah.
As you say.
He went to shield bash me and I bunked him in the head instead. Sorry.
Nice swing.
As you say.
There we go. Where are you going? Stop attacking him. Oh, he's going for win. Alright.
May the Paragon watch over you.
Can we good?
Shall be done.
Bunk. Oh, these are all wardens. Oh.
Don't be a fool. Let us end this. Nothing but excitement.
Kind of sounded like the zombies from Minecraft there for a second. Take all. Take all. Alright. At least I think we triggered all the zombies in an area. This leads us into the keep, I think? Keep. Alright, I want to go the other area and just check. There's loot. Ooh, antique. And then there's a way up this way. Ooh, statue. Okay. Establishment of the base. Alright, we got some lore. That's fine. It gives us XP. I like being able to have my dog. I have to say, to have the dog, having the dog take up like a player slot was a silly design choice.
Morale is low. My spells are of no use in this matter, Commander.
There is more to leading men than sorcery, Avernus. I will remind them that they're wardens.
Signed by the Grey Warden defenders who are besieged by King Ireland's forces. Read the names of the fallen. So I'm just not going to read that out loud.
Men,
Right.
I won't lie to you. The situation is grim. Our forces outnumbered,
wait for
our
the
bellies
speech.
empty, and our hearts are sagging. But we are wardens! Darkspawn flee when they hear our horns. Archdemons die when they taste our blades. So are we to bend knee to a mere human despot? No!
A human
I,
despot.
for one,
What a way
will
to call a
never give
king.
up. I, for one, will never surrender just to dance on Arlen's gallows. So I propose here and now, in these hallowed halls where generations of our brethren stood vigil against darkspawn and evil, that we send a message to that fat bastard. In this sacred place, proud men, strong men stood defiant, and would rather die than submit to tyranny.
So brave, even when starving, and my great-great-grandmother stood with them.
Sounds like there is greatness in your
Well, that's
bloodline.
kind of you to say. Generations of Dryden's have said that our stock were lions. Fierce, proud, and noble. But I've gabbed enough. Lead on, my friend.
Alright. Second vision complete.
It is begun.
Onwards. Place is gonna be full of zombies and demons. And we're gonna bonk this guy. Unless I get frozen in place. There you go. Perfect. Executed. Did we get the third one, or did it disappear? Oh my god, we're all standing on the arcane horror. Let me loot him. Anything else in the room? There is a note. Alright. Get all the lore. Let's
It
see
shall
this
be done.
one's- Well. Commander Alathar. Oh, he was one of the names on the list. I do actually remember. I think these are all the people.
I hope I don't get blood all over me again.
Let's get rid of the archers. I think there's like a really good war set in here. Oh, come on. The AI is having a conniption.
Next time.
I think we're good. We're good. Alright. Commander Athar. Oh, where's
As
the
you
skeleton
say.
before I run off? Yoink.
It shall be done.
Didn't you light up a second
Very
ago?
well.
Take.
It shall be done.
splintered boots. And a chest. Oh my god, is your dex high enough to open anything? No, no, no. What you get, Emerald? He did, he opened it. Alright, fantastic. This is somewhat high enough to actually do stuff. Alright, looks like... Well, that one's barricaded, so we have to go this way. But this one looks like an empty room? Question mark? Chest. Chainmail gloves. I'll probably sell all of this. Like, I pretty much have my end game gear unless I get like something super special awesome. That's locked. So this way. Nice thick heal. Yeah, there we go. Alright, demons.
Use your anger!
Wind giving sass in the middle of that. Alright, they're all dead. There we go. Archivist book. Badly burned. You make a word out here and there, and that is all. This book. Oh, memory? Memory. Here we go.
Hold, Alchemist. Almost done. The truth must be told.
What does it matter? We're dead.
Our grand rebellion so close. And to die here, a stillbirth.
We never should have done it. Wardens aren't supposed to oppose kings and princes.
Should we stand idly by while...
Another one. Rebellion? What's this about a rebellion? If only the book weren't burned.
Rebellion is against everything the Wardens stand for.
Sophia must have had her reasons. The Wardens are heroes. Some injustices just can't be ignored.
Yeah, taking arms against the king jeopardizes their neutrality.
How's that different from what you're doing with Tear and Loghain?
If my actions hurt the cause, that burden I must live with.
You lead a harder life than I.
Yeah, it's like, he is right in what he said. Like, I know he's throwing shade because he's trying to defend his ancestor, but I'm just like, yeah, I'm aware that what I'm doing is, like, gonna harm it, but also, he kind of killed everybody, and there's a blight, so...
As you say.
Okay. It looks like I might probably go up and come down again. There's demons in this room. I know that, I think. Ooh, magical portals.
Make them pay for every inch, men! Hold the flank! Avernus, we need you!
Nelatep, Obrasuth, Sifan, Net, Bekon.
Andraste's blood! What?
More Avernus! Whatever it takes!
Kaylee, A, Ben.
You see, now they're bad guys because they're using blood magic to summon demons. Like...
Press them! Press them now!
No! I command you, fight the king's men!
Fool. So much death, suffering, and oh yes, blood.
Yeah, that's why you don't summon them. You can't control them.
Now. Your soul is mine, Avernus.
Acolytes, retreat now. The battle is lost.
Avernus!
What just happened? Oh no, more fighting.
Alright, get rid of that guy.
I shall do it.
I would like to rage.
As you say.
Sweet.
Bunk. Oh, they're healing. Alright, I need to do these.
Hey, watch it! Bravo. Time to dance.
He can chase me all he wants.
Let's have at it!
Alright, almost done.
It is begun.
That should be the problem solved then. Yeah.
Now we play a little. That's it!
Two.
Best be wary.
Oh god. Just kill him.
As you say.
Oop. We're gonna stop when I need you to revive. What's his face?
Right then.
Why didn't you cast? Oh, you did cast it. Alright, and then I need to go back to B, and then, yeah, no, I need to. Yeah, I'm already on it. Perfect. Alright.
Very well.
Sorry.
We'll do it.
Alright, come on.
Quickly, you must fight.
Come on, everybody. Oh, Zephyr went down again.
Must be.
Perfect. Alright, give me 2 seconds. I got.
The wardens summoned demons. Can't believe it. And my grandmother, she knew. I believed that my family was better than that. But answers may lay up ahead.
Oh, I actually need to take a quick break and go grab an inhaler, so I'll be right back. Oh, alright. I think we're stocked up on inhaler, so we should be good. Let's hit the room and get going.
Very well.
It's been a while since my asthma was kicked off, but I found with the oh, Winter's Breath. Alright, cool mage stuff. I found with the good weather always comes the bad pollen. So I'm dying a little bit. I was a lot better. But can I investigate this spooky portal? Nope. Right. I'm okay. Nope.
Shall be done.
Doing fire magic. Bad skeleton. This guy is just over here hiding in the corner.
I'll be going to bed.
Like, it's okay, the skeletons won't notice me.
To this time.
Blah, blah, blah. Coughing up a lot of crap.
I shall do it.
Raspberry jam? Alright, well that door is enchanted, so you have to go this
As you
way.
say.
Warden Sophia.
Step no further! Get this annoyance away from me! This one would speak with you.
That Mabari is smarter than you, demon. Die.
Fool!
Alright. My character's just like, nah, the dog knows.
Shall be done.
Okay, done with you now.
Get rid of them all. No time for dialogue with you, Sophia. I actually don't remember. Air quality is crap, yeah. No problem, Emerald. I will talk to you whenever you're next around. Have a good morning. I don't remember the story actually with her. But the dog got angry.
Watch it!
I don't think I've ever had the dog for this scene, so it's like, okay, the dog knows. I trust the dog. Yeah, you got the Warden Commander's set. Get that chest for free. And then the toy boy can open the chest, question mark? Nope, he cannot. He can never open anything. Let's read the book.
As you say.
Okay. Can I open that? Okay. It's done. The nobles have thrown their lot in with Ireland. Ireland, the snot-nosed man-child. Ireland, who did not walk till he was in his 5th year. Ireland, who had to be pried off his nursemaid's breast not 2 years ago, or so it whispered. The Turns and the Earls believe him to be a simpleton and easily led, but I have seen something in the boy's eyes, and it terrifies me. I watched the summer day procession from a room high on Fort Draken. The regent has me for treason, with my only guilt as being true to my country and my heart. My guard's tongue was easily loosened with the gift of Ruby Ring, and I am told that the bands are fighting against my sentence. I shall pray, but not hope that it will be anything but the gallows for me. The draught was like bitter fire, but I survived. Weep for me, for I survived. Would that they had made a clean end for me. I should have died a lady, the greatest of the Dryadens, not lived to become this nothing, this monstrous nothing. I shall waste no more time with wretched womanish lamentation. Death would have been easy, but fate saw fit to spare me, and I will seize upon this chance. The Grey Wardens are an army, and the old commander is weak. A wisp of a man, I will inspire the Wardens, and Ireland will rule the day he spared my life. Okay, so she was, she just used the Wardens as an army.
I can't believe my great-great-grandmother was still alive. Well, sort of alive, sort of dead. I need a drink.
Yeah, she was up to no good. She came here, she completely broke the oath of the Wardens just for her own personal benefit to lead an army against this guy.
We fight for honor.
Here we go. Aerial view. Oh, there's traps on the bridge. Come on.
As you say.
Stupid traps.
No. Still has won the day.
Alright. Is there any stuff back here? Ugh, there is. Alright, and then this
As
one.
you say.
Need all the money I can get my hands on. Does that lead us back around? Ooh, bad guys. That guy. Here we go.
May the Paragon watch over me. No quarter shall be given.
The dog can't get in the door. Alchemical concoctions. An old vial contains an oxid potion. No one can say how long it has sat on the table. Leave the vial alone. Alright, let's read the books about it. Okay, let's see. The taint allows us to sense the darkspawn. The longer we survive with the taint in our blood, the more potent it becomes. Unfortunately, this corruption will eventually overwhelm the warden. Over time, it devours both mind and body, leaving nothing. But what if it spread? The corruption could be stopped or contained in some way. What if the warden could become more powerful without having that power kill him? How great would that power be? Would it be enough to stop the demons? The joining ritual is crude. We take it into ourselves, the blood of the darkspawn, in the most obvious way. Most die from the corruption immediately. It is, after all, poison. There must be some way to refine the joining, isolate the true power that is found in the darkspawn blood, and leave behind the evil that kills us. I can feel the corruption starting to take its toll on my body. I must not succumb. There is too much work to be done. Through my magic, I've been able to slow its inevitable spread, but not stop it completely. I'm starting to hear things even while awake, a voice, more beautiful than any other, that calls to me from the depths. In my dreams, I see the Black City, and when I am drawn towards it, there is something there, an answer to what a taint is, the taint that we share with the Darkspawn. Okay, and then this one. Okay, this appears to be old research of the Mage of Ernest. They detail a series of experiments in terse clinical handwriting.
Day 32. The subject is not responding to the stimuli. Testing the pain threshold has uncovered nothing. Only 3 subjects are left. Day 82. If only I could reproduce last night's extraordinary success. Electricity is only a catalyst. The blood is the key. Day 97. Energy and blood. Repeated applications have duplicated the results. I conjecture that success can be induced alchemically. But there are no more subjects left. If only I had 1 more, or a dozen. The things I could do.
Okay, so mad German scientist mode activated. Good to know. I'm gonna save. I don't remember what this does, but I'm kind of tempted to drink the magical potion bottle. Alright, continue. It promises to unlock the hidden potential of the tainted blood you drank during the joining. Drink the vial's contents. Let's find out. It's not the weirdest thing I've drank. Pain wrecks your body, but there's power in the pain and a hint of understanding. You have access to new abilities. Whoop whoop. Yay, achievement unlocked Diabolist. Yeah, I lost all my freaking abilities. Let's see, look. What's this? Those are just my abilities. I wonder, like, what did I get? From this. Oh, power of blood. Okay, so I get stuff. Alright, okay. Bloodthirst. The warrior's own tainted blood spills and sacrifice, increasing movement speed, attack speed. And critical hit chance for as long as the mode is active. However, the warrior suffers great damage and continuously diminishes healing. Blood fury. Knock back nearby enemies, which they may resist by passing a physical resistance check. The gush of blood, however, results in a loss of personal health. Those aren't really great. I don't like sacrificing my own health. Oh, cool. I didn't know that. Dwarven resistance. The hardy dwarves have an innate resistance to hostile magic, meaning that 1 in 10 a spell will have hardly no effect. Oh, interesting. Okay. Wait, do I have... Oh, no, they're active. I was wondering why they were glowing. Alright, alright. Let's see what's in here. Come on. Bad guys?
I hear you. Don't disrupt my concentration.
This motherfucker's still alive. Oh, Wynn's staff hasn't loaded. Whoopsies.
Even now, the demons seek to replenish their numbers. Are you to thank for this welcomed but temporary imbalance?
You're still alive.
Only just. I have only a short time left. Why are you here? What is your intent?
I'm debating whether I should let you live.
Here, I thought you would rescue me. There is a precise mystical balance here. My every breath is dedicated to keeping the tear in the veil from ripping wider. And you would kill me now. Your narrow-minded actions would ensure that this place teems with their kind.
I've seen your experiments.
They were necessary. Any tool, any iota of information that could defeat the fell demons was justified.
No, it was not.
You should know that.
Necessary. Having to relieve yourself after an 8-hour ride is necessary. But there's no excuse for summoning demons.
Yeah, there is no excuse for summoning demons.
Charming.
Because they always betray you. I want answers.
To what questions, I wonder? Ask.
Alright, how have you survived?
The Chantry foolishly forbids blood magic. But there are so many secrets to uncover.
Why are this man's ears
As my
huge?
body decayed,
I mean, I can't talk.
I found ways to extend
Got these. But
that can only go so far.
what happened here?
What use would storytelling serve? The tyrant Arland is long dead, as is all our noble co-conspirators and the Grand Rebellion. Sophia's corpse may walk and talk, but she too is no more.
What happened to the rebellion?
Too many mouths to quiet. Even sorcery can only go so far. So we met with Tyrn Kuzland. With him on our side, we had a chance of victory. Instead, the King's Guard ambushed us. Commander Dryden and I barely escaped.
How was he a tyrant?
He ruled with fear and poison, his treachery pit noble against noble in terrible battle. We thought him a monster. We gathered allies to rebel. But the toll of years has erased our failure, hasn't it? It seemed so pressing then. But the kingdom lives on.
So, yeah, you have to know summoning demons was a bad idea, man.
Perhaps, but it was survival. For months, I prepared the summoning circles, researched the darkest depths of the Fade. That moment was a triumph of demonic law. Dozens of demons, called by my hand.
Don't take such pride in it, you fucked it up.
So many variables, I suppose. Calculation errors were inevitable. Ugh. I was so close.
Persuade, you're to blame for all this. Some things you just don't do.
From a warden, that means something. So tired, so old. Let me undo my greatest of mistakes. Let me cleanse this place. Then I will accept whatever justice you feel I merit.
So Commander Dryden knew of the demons.
She gave the order. I would have summoned the demons anyway. Only under wardens can true magical research continue. A chance to rediscover the secrets of ancient Tevinter.
Do you not remember how that ended? The Black City and the Darkspawn.
Chantry lies told to subjugate the mages, to keep them docile.
How do you know the Chantry's wrong?
And how do you know they are right? Their faith would have you swallow a great deal for small comfort.
He is actually right about that, though. I want to ask about something else. Yes. Sophia's great-grandson brought me here.
Master Mage, sir, my family name has been worth less than dirt for over a century. Do you have any proof that Sophia was a hero?
The boy who braved the mists. So you heeded my call. And you are a Dryden. The cosmos has a sense of humor.
Your call?
He was but a boy when he entered the tunnels below the peak. His heart pure, his character certain. In dreams, I gave him the keys he would need. He would be my deliverance.
Alright, so answer Levi's question.
Your great-great-grandmother was the best of us. Brave, charismatic, fiery, utterly devoted to the fight. But still we lost. We fought against a tyrant, you know, so full of vigor then, so blind to consequence. But proof? There's none to be had.
Alright, sorry, Levy.
I had hoped. But thank you, Warden.
What is the purpose of your experiments?
To stop the demonic tide, to correct the miscalculations of the past. Blood magic comes from demons. They could counter every bit of law I knew. But the darkspawn taint, that is alien to them. And it has power.
So he was using the Darkspawn taint against demons. What power?
The wardens use it merely to sense darkspawn.
Interesting.
A triviality. My research has discovered so much more. Hinted at even greater heights. This knowledge could not only save Soldier's Peak, with it the wardens could grow even more powerful.
Only a monster would sacrifice his fellow wardens.
It was necessary. It was vital. The few meager years of life they would have spent trapped in this tower were nothing compared to the greater goal. I gave their death meaning.
Can you teach me what you've learned?
You've already read my research.
Okay.
In time, with the proper materials, I could learn so much more.
Alright, time for questions over.
So be it. My only request, if justice or vengeance drive you, stay your hand. until the demons are dealt with.
I will say yes to that one. Until the demons are dead, we are allies.
That will
Yeah.
do for now. We must go to the Great Hall. There, I will repair the damage I caused so long ago. There will be peril. The demons will fight us every step of the way. Come.
Alright. So, nothing in this room. That is grim. He's stuck to the wall. Oh, man. Oh, I leveled up. Alright. But is there anything else in here
Very
while
well.
we're here? Nothing over there. Bum, bum, bum. Can you unlock
won't
that
take
chest, or are you going to be useless? Hey, you got it, but there's nothing in it. Okay. Back to the Great Hall we go then. I will level up window. And I need to give her more willpower, because that'll give her more mana, if I remember rightly. Next. Give her tactics. Next. Give her arcane mastery. It'll give us benefits in the future anyway.
I shall do it.
Go. Time to get rid of all these demons. Oh my god. Go around him.
We must act quickly.
Now we must touch the magical
demons
mirror.
are clawing on the gates. The veil must be closed.
Alright, what do I do?
I will unravel the summoning circles I drew so long ago. Waves of spirits and demons may come through. Dispatch them.
Alright,
I will begin.
kill them all. Got it.
First, I must summon the magical energies. I feel them. They're coming.
Alright. Turn on powerful swings. Do we just have to wait?
I can't believe my great-great-grandmother was still alive. Well, sort of alive, sort of dead. I need a drink.
Oh, nothing's happening. Is the room broken? Let's try leave and come back.
It is begun.
Here we
We
go.
must act quickly. The veil must be.
There we go. Now it's on.
As you say.
Berserk time.
Nothing.
Rawr.
We must fight. Let us do it quickly.
Bonk.
Very well.
It was probably just a wave defense.
Ridiculously awesome. No mercy.
Bonk. They all have like weakness to auras, I believe.
Down you go.
Swing.
Okay, done with you now.
Probably a pride demon? No. What's the big boy? Right, can I up Alistair? No, I can't right now. Ooh, ash rates. I forgot about those. I think the ash rates are unique to the DLC. Yeah, I need to get rid of the fucking rage demons.
Time for a little bloodletting, I see. I haven't been this hurt in, well, never.
Come on, guys, you got this. Rage demons left. Alistair leveled up. Hey, a desire demon.
What was done is undone. Price is paid.
I feel sorry for her. She's turned out of the portal and I just bonked her. Ooh, frozen. I think me and Win are frozen. Smack. There we go. Should be the last of it. Right? No more? No more. I can upgrade Alistair. Constitution, and then strength, and then next. Stealing, trap making. What do I need for that? It needs 12 cunning. Alright, so previously. There we go. Next, they'll give me combat tactics. And give him death blow, and then he's good to go. And then
I
loot.
shall do it.
You got everything? Alright, then let's go talk to this guy.
It's over. The veil is strong now. Stronger, at least. I said I'd submit to judgment. And so I shall. Can I be left to experiment?
Wait, hello, Monstrum. Did Full Lizard not go off? Why is Full Lizard? Why is none of the audio alerts suddenly stop working again? Deny that. I will redeem your... Did not. Oh, God, for God's sake. Alright. Why is... Unmute that, I think it is. My internet keeps cutting out in the gym. Oh, alright. Let me see if I can redeem it. Hold on.
Lizard.
Lizard went off. Why is Full Lizard not redeeming though?
Lizard.
That's weird. Is my... Like, it's the same program. 2 seconds. Send alerts. Why are you not redeeming? Why are you broken? Why are you Yeah, like, that works. Channel points. Running through all of them, trying to make sure that they're all working. Alright, so...
Lizard. 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 Lizard.
Okay,
lizard.
so that works from there.
Lizard. 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 Lizard.
There's your lizard monstrum. Alright, I will check that out later, but welcome in, Monstrum. How are you doing? I'll have to double check stuff later. Research ways to help. Yeah, do research ethically.
With what time I have left, I will do this. It may take months or years for my research to reach fruition. When it does, I will send for you. Thank you.
It's a hidden scene at the end of Disney's new movie, like Elio, I think it is, and it's a teaser for the next movie called Hopper. And it's dumb, and I love it.
Things to survive. But if he does the proper research, without the sacrifices and blood magic and all, maybe he'll turn up something good.
Maybe, or it'll do nothing, but at least, like... Oh, even if you had proof, her actions are damning.
I suppose they were at that. For so long, I was focused on the past, on answers. But I think I would have been better off had I stayed at home. Enough of that,
do you know what? Everyone's just
I find myself at a loss. You've got a whole fortress now. I suppose I should start plying my trade again.
Like, it's weird. So the movie came out, and Disney threw a conniption because nobody went to go see it. Like, it didn't even make its money back on production. And they were just like, nobody goes to watch the new IP stuff that we put out, but everyone will go watch the remakes. So expect more remakes and less, like, original IP. And then I just, like, anyone I've talked with is like, did you know the movie was out? And I'm like, no. Did the advertising department of Disney just not fucking do anything? The fucking lizard meme is getting more traction than the actual movie. And apparently the movie was really good, though. And it's a whole case of, I just feel like they didn't, like, fucking advertise it. Like, I didn't see anything on, like, buses or on, like, Twitch, or, you know, there was no advertisements on newsreels or Instagram. It didn't crop up anywhere. It's only after, when people are bitching about the fact that, like, nobody went to go see it, as it actually, like, started to show up. Where will you go?
I might use the peak as a base of operations.
I've seen the
So
trailer.
many
I
games
haven't seen
about,
the trailer.
but
Like,
none
that's
would
the
dare
thing.
come here.
I've seen
Nice place to store
nothing
trade
except the
goods.
lizard meme.
You, of course, will get a
And
sizable
the fact
discount.
that Disney was bitching about
Looks
it.
like we're done here. A demonic invasion thwarted, a warden base safely rescued. We do good work.
Alright, Master of the Peaks. I can just leave, right? Oop. You found an old painting, one by Commander Artesian's times. Perhaps it's from his history points to this. Recite the Grey Warden Oath. Magical chest! Can I open it? Yeah, imagine if this was locked. That'd be so angry. Alright, got some stuff. Let's get the hell out of here. Alright, so that is the Keep DLC done. Like, at the moment, I'm just like, I'm not going to the cinema. It's like, I'm not the target audience right now because I'm trying to save money. And, like, going to the cinema is expensive now. Yeah, movie studios keep babying the viewers. Like, it's what? Yeah, that's the one. The Alien movie. The only trailer I saw was when it went to the cinema and it played during the ads. Yeah, like, that's the thing. Like, but cinema numbers are, like, down globally because, like, people just don't have the money to go. Because it's not just you go to the cinema. Like, tickets are minimum, like, €10, €12 here. And then, like, your popcorn and your drinks and stuff like that is, like, charged,
I shall do it.
upcharged. And you can't bring your own stuff in. They don't allow that. And all I'll do is I will go to camp and see if Alistair has any comments about the keep that we found. But I will save as well. Yeah, drinks. And then, like, parking and transport and... Like, it's... What? So, parking's probably going to be, like... We'll save. If we went to the one in Tala, it's about a $5 maybe for, like, 2 hours. It's about 20 quid for the day. So we'd probably, if we're going to cinema, we'd probably go for, like, dinner. But we'll just stick to the cinema part. So we'll say tickets are about €12. Then parking's about a $5. Then food, popcorn is probably, like, we'll say €8, just to be fair, because it's, like, a deal. They usually around €8 for a drink and popcorn. And then, so that's 21, that's 26. And then fuel costs, we'll say another $5 to get there and back. So, like, you're looking at €31 for one person. So add another 13 on, that's 44. Plus another food and drink, which would be another €8. So you're looking at over €50 just to go to the cinema. Like, that's at minimum. You know what I mean? So, like, 50 quid a go, or I could just stick with Netflix. Let's see if Alistair had any... Oh, doggy. Doggy? Doggy. Barking excitedly. What's up, doggo? What do you want? Pet him. Or we're just gonna pet him. One of the example is Fantastic Four. Their earning count is dropping on the second week, and Marvel blame us. Yeah, it's not that. It's just like, first of all, people are fucking tired of Marvel. Let's just acknowledge that, okay?
Something on your mind?
Okay, I don't think we have any unique dialogue for this, which is great. People are tired of Marvel. And here, and like that's if you don't go like, what's it called? IMAX. Right? That's if you don't go like IMAX. Like IMAX is like 20 quid a person. Just like flat out. So like, yeah, it's like 50 over €50 to go to the cinema. And I'm just like, that is a week's worth, that's almost a week's worth of shopping. For me, for HelloFresh. Because HelloFresh is like €66, and that's five meals for 2 people for a week. Or you could go to the cinema, you know? So it's like, everything's too expensive right now. Okay, we don't have anything for them. Alright, so we can just keep on going. So we've done the side quests. So our question is, where are we going next? I don't feel confident to go back to the dwarves just yet. Because we got stuck. So I'm thinking maybe we try the forest or Redcliffe. I just need the CGI love action movies to fail now. Marvel movie series almost don't make sense at this point. It's gotten to the point where there's too much. I was pretty much done with Marvel after Endgame, to be totally fair. Let's start. You know what? Let's do Redcliffe first. Usually I do all the others and then go to Redcliffe, so we're gonna do Redcliffe. Ooh, big yawn. Live action. Oh, gotcha.
Look, can we talk for a moment?
Meh.
I need to tell you something. I should probably have told you earlier.
What is on your mind?
I told you before how Al Eamon raised me, right? That my mother was a serving girl at the castle and he took me in. The reason he did that was because my father was King Marek, which made Kaelin my half-brother, I suppose.
Yeah, the food is overpriced as fuck. But, like, even if you, like, didn't buy cinema food and decided to, like, grab a meal while you were there, I always feel like the cinema is, like, it's not just a casual thing you do. It's an event. You know what I mean? Like, you go out, you get dinner, you go to the cinema, you get some popcorn. You know, it's not just a casual thing. Like opening YouTube and sitting down. You don't just casually go to the cinema. I know there's people who do that, but I always feel like the cinema was a big thing. I really haven't gone to the cinema since Dune 2 came out. That's kind of it. They're the only ones, like, things, like, big movies that I know I'm going to like, that I want to see in, like, 3D IMAX, but I'm not gonna pay 50 quid every time to go see a fucking Marvel movie. Are you kidding me? I'd be broke. You know how many of those there are? You're not just a bastard, but a royal bastard?
Ha! Yes, I guess it does at that. I should use that line more often. I would have told you, but...
You haven't watched Superman?
Nope,
Really I have no intention of seeing it in cinema either.
I was inconvenient, a possible threat to Kaelin's rule, and so they kept me secret.
My whole thing with... like, I know, yeah, it is, I've heard that it's good, but it's a whole case of, like, how many Supermans have we had?
Even Duncan
you know what I mean?
kept me out of the fighting because of it. I didn't want you to know as long as possible. I'm sorry.
I think you can't believe you're so stupid. Does Logain know?
Why wouldn't he? He was King Marek's best friend. I don't know if that means anything, though. I certainly never considered the idea that it might ever be important. At any rate, that's it. That's what I had to tell you. I thought you should know about it.
So you're the heir to the throne then, Alistair?
Let's hope not. I'm the son of a commoner and a Grey Warden to boot. It was made very clear to me early on that there was no room for me raising any rebellions or such nonsense. And that's fine by me. Now, if there's an heir to be found, it's Al Eamon himself. He's not of royal blood, but he is Kaelin's uncle, and more importantly, very popular with the people. Though, if he's really as sick as we've heard, oh no, I don't want to think about that.
Marvel should have taken a break for a couple of years after Endgame, to be honest. Do you know what they should have done?
You still think I'm some
they should have built up another
Endgame.
Endgame. They should have taken the time to craft out a narrative to make another big enemy like Thanos. But they didn't. There's a bunch of enemies that I do know that have come into the Marvel series that were as big, if not bigger, threats than Thanos in the comic book series. And they should have taken the time to build them up over the course of like 20 movies and then had another big hoo-ha. Like, the first time around, not all the Marvel movies were great leading up to Endgame, but the point was they took the time to craft the narrative. And then Thanos was this ominous thing that when he did come, it was like, oh shit. You know what I mean? Like, what's the guy from Love and Thunder? I haven't seen Love and Thunder, but I know my brain's going Glorb, and I'm like, that's not correct at all in any way, shape, or form. But you know what I mean? The God Eater or Killer, who's played by Christian Bale. He's supposed to be absolutely terrifying as an enemy. If I remember rightly, is it him that was like a mentor to Thanos, where Thanos got his inspiration for his ideas about like purging? It was him or it was somebody else that's come up in the series that enemy recently. And then I think is it Kang the Conqueror as well was a huge fucking thing in the comic books. Like, am I right in saying he was a multi-dimensional conqueror? My Marvel, like, comic book knowledge mainly revolves around, like, X-Men. So, like, I'm limited in what I know. Gore the God Butcher, yeah, I think it's something like that. The next big enemy is supposed to be Kang, but that before the actor have the allegation stuff, now it's Doom, played by Robert Downey Jr. Yeah, they had to bring Robert Downey Jr. back to save the Marvel Universe. You know what I mean? Like, he's the one who kind of spurred it on in the first time, and now they have to bring him back to do it again. Like, I don't see why they can't do Kang and just get rid of the actor. Like, I don't think characters should be limited by the actors that play them. You know what I mean? Like, they replaced Dumbledore when he died. They replaced, that gobshite from Iron Man 1 who was supposed to be, he was Iron Man's best friend. He wanted more money. They said no, so they brought in Don Cheadle instead. Can't remember the War Machine. They replaced War Machine. Like, just do that. Just replace him with somebody else. Yeah, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, but just get rid of him. In the next movie, replace him with a different actor. That's all you have to do. Like, it's been done before. Not just in the Marvel series of, you know, stuff, but like in other, like, movie franchises as well. Just fucking replace the guy. Don't throw the baby out with the bathwater, okay? What is it? Let's go. To look at with mascara. As you command, my prince.
Oh, lovely. I'm going to regret this. Somehow I just know it.
I'm gonna tease you the crap out of you, Alistair. He just fucking walks off. They had to put him in a bad movie. Like, Gore, well, we're here. You know what? We'll save. Just because, like, we're close to starting this, but we've only got a couple of minutes left, so give me 2 seconds. I want to double check this. Pull this up over here. Gore the God Butcher? Yeah. So he is one of Marvel's most notable and powerful supervillains, as well as one of Thor's greatest enemies. Bum bum bum. Dun dun dun. Yeah, he's like a follower of the Null, and that could have, like, led into that. So the Null is a supervillain. He created the symbiotes. Null, spelled K-N-U-L-L. Later retroactively established as an unseen enemy of Thor and the Silver Surfer, as he was behind Gore the God Butcher's mission to hunt down and kill various deities. In addition to having come into conflict with the Silver Surfer via temporal black hole through time, the character is depicted as an evil deity who created the weapon known as the All-Black, the Necro Sword, and the alien race known as the Symbiotes. Reigning over them as the King in Black, the character would go on to play a more important role in the Marvel Universe, in particular over the event series of the same name. So you could have built up Gore, the God Butcher, right? And then had it revealed that he was working for Null and Null be the next Thanos. And then you could have tied in all the symbiote movies, Spider-Man, and, you know, the Asgardians. Like, that could have been your next big thing. Yeah, he's basically a god, though. Yeah, well, so fucking what? So is Galactus. He's not, but you know what I mean? Like, you could just seal him away. Blow up his black hole so he can't come into our reality. Yeah, the whole thing is they put Null in Venom: The Last Dance. He's played by Andy Serkis. But, like, they've already established he's in like, just, you could have just built him up as the bad guy. And had, like, a war of the symbiotes. And then you could have brought all the symbiotes in. Some of the symbiotes are fucking cool, like. He's a primordial deity that came into being following the destruction of the 6th iteration of the cosmos. He was originally content to drift through the endless void until the Celestials arrived and began creating the 7th iteration of the cosmos, and he basically took that personally. The Celestials came along and made the universe, and I took that personally. That's basically it. He's basically the... If you guys ever watched Supernatural, he's the Nothing. Yeah. Yeah, he was outraged his kingdom of darkness was being despoiled by light. He created the first symbiote, and then from that point onwards, you know, or even not bring Null into it, right? But bring in the sword and the symbiotes. And then Gore into it. Yeah. But the whole point is the Celestials keep coming along and making new universes. So, like, fuck it. He is the void. He's the in-between, alright? He's fine. Yeah, he could bond his living abyss to lesser creatures and control their new forms as vassals. He created an army of symbiotes with himself in the center of the hive mind and used them to spread across the universe, establishing the symbiote hive and killing the light and creation in the process. He continued killing gods while also enslaving others. At some point, he was approached by the time-displaced Silver Surfer, who'd been weakened after Silver Surfer had created a little star to free a world from Null's control. So that ties into Silver Surfer. Gods. I'm pretty sure there's other gods in the multiverse other than just, like, the Asgardians and Thor. That could bring in Galactus, still brings in the symbiotes, still brings in the Spider-Mans. Meeting Eddie Brock, Carnage, conquering Earth, fights death. Like, come on. There's so many plot points you could have done with that one. And you chose to make him a one cameo appearance. Or Mr. Fantastic yet. Weren't the Five basically killed off the Scarlet Witch movie? Or Mr. Fantastic at least. That's another multiverse version.
I thought I saw travelers coming down the road, though I scarcely believed it. Have you come to help us?
I need to seal Arl Amon. Yeah, sorry. Movie rant over. I've great issues with the way they portray there's so much variety in what they could do, and this is what they choose to do with it, you know what I mean? So now in MCU they're trying to bond multiverse character in Avengers Doomsday, which just make it confusing as hell. Yeah, they're just I don't mind them. Sorry, one sec.
He could be dead for all we know. Nobody's heard from the castle in days. We're under attack. Monsters come out of the castle every night and attack us until dawn. Everyone's been fighting and dying.
Well, that's just typical, isn't it?
We've no army to defend us. No Arl and no king to send us help. So many are dead. And those left are terrified they're next.
Hold on, what is this evil that's attacking you?
I don't rightly know. I'm sorry, nobody does. I should take you to Ban Tegan. He's all that's holding us together. He'll want to see you.
Ban Tegan, Arlemon's brother. He's here.
Yes. It's not far. if you'll come with me.
Like, I don't mind them doing, sorry, I'm a bad coughing fit there. I don't mind them doing multiverse stuff, right? But, like, pick a timeline and do a series of movies with that one, like multiverse. You know what I mean? I don't mind them doing that. But throwing in a multiverse movie here and there, and then linking stuff back from the main timeline to that multiverse movie periodically, it's like there's whole YouTube channels dedicated to just explaining the MCU timelines now.
Greetings, friends.
Like, it's getting to the point of it's as bad as like Warhammer.
I remember you, Bantegan. Though the last time we met, I was a lot younger.
I love this scene, by the way.
Covered in mud. Alistair, it is you, isn't it?
He just gets covered in mud. I know that boy.
This is wonderful news.
Still alive, yes. Though not for long if Ten Loghain has anything to say about it.
Indeed. Loghain would have us believe all Grey Wardens died along with my nephew, amongst other things.
Don't believe the lies.
He pulled his men in order to save them, but Kaelan risked everything in the name of glory. Hardly. Loghain calls the Grey Wardens traitors, murderers of the king. I don't believe it. It is an act of a desperate man. So you are a Grey Warden as well. A pleasure to meet you. I wish it were under better circumstances. You're here to see my brother. Unfortunately, that might be a problem. Eamon is gravely ill.
What a remarkable coincidence.
No one has heard from the castle in days. No guards patrol the
Zevram,
walls, and no one has responded to my
seems
shouts.
to be like, huh?
The attack
That's funny.
started a few nights ago. Evil things surged from the castle. We drove them back, but many perished during the assault.
What evil things?
Some
Explain
call them the
in
walking
detail.
dead, decomposing corpses, returning to life with a hunger for human flesh. They hit again
Zombie
the
plague.
next night. Each night they come with greater numbers. With Kaelan dead and Loghain starting a war over the throne, no one responds to my urgent calls for help. I have a feeling tonight's assault will be the worst yet. Alistair, I hate to ask, but I desperately need the help of you and your friends.
It isn't just up to me. Though the Grey Wardens don't stand much chance against Loghain without Arl Eamon.
Of course we'll help.
Thank you. Thank you. This means more to me than you can guess. Thomas, please tell Murdoch what transpired. Then return to your post.
Yes, my lord.
So
then,
here's the
there is
thing, the
much to
main
do
MCU
before night
timeline is
falls.
coded
I
as
put 2
Earth,
men in
yeah,
charge
but they
of the
never
defense
explicitly told
outside.
you or this, which make it
Murdoch, the
confusing when
village
they do
mayor, is
multiverse.
outside
Yeah,
the chantry. Sir Perth, one of
they should
Eamon's knights, is
specify
just
which
up the cliff at the
multiverse
windmill,
like they're
watching the
dealing
castle.
with.
You may discuss with them the preparations.
Because then you're
for the
trying to like,
coming
is this
battle.
main timeline? Is this not? What's going on? Kind of thing, you know? I want to discuss the situation with you.
Of course.
You have some of the knights here.
I have those few who returned from their quest. You know this, yes?
The search for the Urn of Sacred Ashes.
Yes, I question Isolde's decision to send so many knights in search of this relic. But I am a practical man, whereas she is a woman of great faith. Sir Perth was
She is
one
a
the
woman
knights
of
sent
being
on
an
this
ass
quest.
bitch.
Perhaps you should speak to him if
Win
you
is
wish to learn more.
broken. What are the things attached to the village?
I do not know. They seem to be walking corpses, men with rotting flesh that continue to attack.
Monstrum,
even
what
with
did
the
you think
gravest
of the
injuries.
Gunpla?
Undead, perhaps.
For the Gundam stuff from
Spirits
for the
possessing
card
the
game.
bodies of the dead.
Did you like it?
We could be dealing with a mage, but who would do such a thing?
Why are you in the chantry with the villagers?
Sir Perth insists. He wants me to be with the villagers, so everyone he needs to protect is in one place. I don't mind, to be honest. The point of all this
Yeah,
is
they do
to
tell you which
protect
Earth
the
they do
villagers, and I
Fantastic
can
Four
do that
from, but it
best
doesn't
here.
exactly explain it. Yeah.
This is the last line of defense.
I love the Gunpla. I'm glad. I remember when himself was building it, he was like, "Oh my god, this is so, like, simple and easy to stick together." Do you need more men in here with you?
We could bring some men in to stand beside me, but I'd rather keep the monsters away from the villagers if possible.
Okay, what happens after the battle?
Hopefully we can find the source and stop it before it causes any more damage. With luck, we'll also find Eamon and be able to help him.
Alright, I should get back to work.
Very well. Luck be with you, my friend.
Want to build one, but I'm still confused at the painting part. Oh, well, like, himself just, like, base sprays it, and then I think he base sprays black. and then he does what's called a zenithal highlight with the white. The white is also a base spray. And zenithal highlighting is basically just that you hold the rattle can away from the model, like at an angle, to represent the direction the light hitting the model is. You spray, and the idea is when you paint over it, the black and white underneath will cause natural shading. So you have to do less in terms of like detail afterwards because you've already technically done it. Yeah, it reduces the amount of layering and stuff like that you have to do for details. We're using, I think he mentioned he's specifically doing Citadel paints, so I don't know if you have access to those. Or at least something similar. Alright, grab the stuff. Let's grab the bookshelf.
do it.
Alright, let's bookshelf, get all the stuff.
I'm scared, Mother.
Talk
when
to
are the
people.
bad men coming?
What will we do? Night approaches and our men are outside.
Yes.
Okay. Oh yeah, your husband's dead. Sorry about that.
This day would come.
No, not by airbrush. It's just painted on with the paintbrush.
I'm so scared, Father.
Think.
What are we going to
I'd
do?
live to see the Arl
The light comes
and
again,
King
and Ferelden
both
is
dead.
doomed. Sorry, am I bothering you? I'll try to be more quiet.
Are you all right? Why are you crying?
Those things dragged my mother away. I don't know what happened to her, but
Like just with a
I hear her
paintbrush.
screaming
Paint them
all
on,
the
I
time,
think.
everywhere. And now my brother
No
fell in.
airbrush.
He ran off. I don't know where he is. I'm so scared they got him too.
Why did he run off?
He said something about saving Mother. He's just a little boy. He doesn't understand she's gone.
Grief can make us do many things that don't make any sense, I'm afraid.
I hope he didn't try to go to the castle. Oh, that would be awful.
Have you tried looking for
I
him?
went to our house. It's by the square. He wasn't there. I searched the rest of the village too. I called.
Have you
and
tried
I
turning
called
it off
he
and on
never
again?
Answered. I wonder if he ran off into the woods. I'm so worried. Without me, he has nobody.
Don't worry. I'll go look for
You
him.
will. Thank you so much.
Much cheaper than you
Please
thought.
find him.
Oh, that's great.
Well, if it ain't
Hey,
my
Hidden
little
Goya,
buddy
welcome
Ben.
in. Thank you very much for the
I'll
follow.
kill you.
How are we today? We're going to talk to all these people and
You're a
then we
Grey
can get
Warden,
going.
right? Were you in Ostagar?
Oh, is this the lady with
Kokari
from the
Mines?
very beginning of the game
My
whose
husband and
package
son
we
went there
have?
to bring the chant of light to the chastened. But I haven't heard from them.
Yes,
since.
this is the lady. Are you Jeddah?
I am. You've heard of me?
I have something here from your husband.
Oh? Oh, his lockbox. If you're bringing me this... Oh, no.
I'm sorry.
Thank you so much for bringing this to me. It means a lot to...
I think, like, depending on how
Make
you,
his
like, do
blessings
the
upon
story, you can get to this part, like, very late in the games. Like, imagine carrying that around for the whole game, or realizing that you didn't carry this around for the whole game, and you're like, oh,
Let
no.
us pray.
Book.
Blessed art thou who exists in the Maker's sight.
Book.
Blessed art thou who seeks his forgiveness.
Old woman.
Make
Blessed
a blessing
child.
for helping us futile though it
Mother.
You are of dwarven blood and a stranger amongst us, yet you defend a home that is not your own.
All right.
We are grateful for that.
Is there a reason I shouldn't help?
Perhaps not.
Question mark?
But many dwarves do not hold the chantry and its adherents in high regard.
In all fairness,
Allow me
lady,
to
neither do I,
introduce
but that doesn't mean I'm not gonna, like, leave you all to
revered
die.
Mother Hannah, head of this chantry, which for the moment is a place of refuge for these poor villagers. Surely this cannot be the entire village. These few are all who are left. All those who cannot
Wynn's hand is
defend
broken,
themselves,
and
yes.
it's been
They are
quite some time
terrified of
since it's been
tonight's
broken,
attack,
and it's kind of funny
and I
now.
fear these walls will not keep them safe. What can I do to help with your task?
How safe is the chantry?
It is the sturdiest building in the village. The women, elderly, and children will stay here during the battle, while the militia and knights protect them. They set up a barricade outside the chantry to keep monsters from getting inside. If anything gets in, Ban Tegan is our only defense. Please, have mercy. Help these people. Do whatever you can.
I will indeed. I should go. I'm not getting a blessing from this lady. Because if I remember rightly, I think she might have been a little bit of a bitch to Alistair as a child, but also we're a dwarf. We don't need no chantry. Alright, so we gotta...
You know, we don't have the men we need. And their numbers just keep growing each night.
Murdoch, I think.
Still no sign of them coming back from the...
So you're the Grey Warden, are you? I didn't think they made women Grey Wardens.
Wow, dude, what a way to start a sentence. I'm not here to chat. What do you do to help?
We need what little armor and weapons we got repaired, and quickly, or half of us will be fighting without either. Owen's the only blacksmith who can do it, but the stubborn fool refuses to even talk. If we're to be ready for tonight, we'll need that crotchety bastard's help.
Rightly, it's his daughter's missing, right? Why does he refuse to talk to you?
His daughter, Valena, is one of the Alessa's maids, so he hasn't heard from her since this whole business started. He demanded we attack the castle, break down the gate, and force our way in. I said it was impossible, but he wouldn't listen. He's locked himself in the smithy now. I can't force him to do repairs. He said he'd rather die first.
Nobody else can do the repairs.
Not by nightfall, and not well enough that I'd be happy to test it in combat. If there were others, don't you think I'd ask them?
Alright. Is there anything else you
We
need?
could use some extra bodies. Having a veteran like Dwin in the militia would help a lot, but he flat out refuses.
Why? Tell me about Dwin.
He's a trader, a dwarf. Lives near
You
the
said
lake.
a traitor for a
Locked
second?
himself up in his home with some of his workers, he has. Says he doesn't need any of us. We could use somebody with his fighting experience, but he won't come out.
Alright. Carry on then. I'll go deal with him.
Let's hope we see morning. Tell them to maintain watch. I don't want a surprise attack before the sun goes down.
Yes, sir. What should
We're
we do?
gonna keep on going right and have a look around.